Halloween, everyone. Welcome to Bariatrics and Tips. I am Michelle Geeson, your hostess with the mostest. And yes, I'm going to take off this ridiculous mask. This is what my daughter is going to be wearing tonight with her outfit. I just wanted to model it because it's Halloween. So hey, it's me, boo! Mwah! Happy Halloween, everyone. Welcome to Bariatrics and Tips. Again, I am Michelle Geeson, not to be confused with the goblin that you just saw. Anyways, welcome. I hope you enjoyed today's show. I look forward to it every week, trying to come up with really great recipes and remakes of our classic favorites, and today is no exception. When I think of Halloween, I think of savory, warm, comfort foods, and this one totally fits the bill. Jalapeno cheese fritter poppers, bites, call them what you will, they're freaking amazing, and you can eat them guilt-free, okay? And that is the biggest part of why I do what I do, is because, you know, notwithstanding the fact that we've all had weight loss surgery or gearing up to have weight loss surgery, or even if you are just trying to strive for overall health and wellness, there are times in our lives where we just don't want to think about whether or not we can have this or that. The fact that we are or can feel limited kind of makes the control freak lose control, and that's me. That's what I like to stray away from. So just because we're given this weight loss tool doesn't mean we have to feel deprived of eating well, because food is a huge part of our lives, whether we like it or not, and we need to find ways to coexist with it. So remove the word deprived from your vocabulary. There is no reason you should ever have to feel that way. Life before or after bariatric surgery shouldn't be spent wishing that we could have this or that, because really the truth of the matter is we can have fun with food. We so can have fun with food. We can have fun with food. We can live, we can experiment. It is so much fun to be in the kitchen. Being in the kitchen should be an adventure. And likewise, being at the grocery store should be an adventure too. You are on your own journey. It's unique to you, but the kitchen and the grocery store are main attractions, and you are going to be seeing them so often, okay? So don't fear it, embrace it. It's extremely empowering and inspiring to be able to make a dish that either your family just loves over and over again, or maybe something new that you're trying that your family decided they like too. Whatever the reason, whatever the rationale, you are in the right place. This is our turn to live our lives on our own terms and to the fullest, okay? My bariatric surgery was 6 years ago. I had gastric bypass. I lost 130 pounds. I have kept it off, and each day brings upon its own challenges, its own strengths, its own weaknesses. I don't have any regrets, but I have a lot of insight because the process isn't perfect. There's good and bad and ugly, and I've worked hard to make this journey what I needed it to be. But there are times where it's really hard. But then there are times like today where it is so empowering to be in the kitchen, just having fun and making things that not only taste delicious but nourish our body. And bottom line, it's worth the time and the effort, because I know I'm worth the time and the effort, and I know you're worth the time and the effort because you're tuning in. So thank you so much. If you need specific medical guidance or have questions about in particular foods or how they interact with medicine or vitamins, those are the things that you need to loop in your surgeon and or dietitian. Please don't hesitate to keep your professional team in the loop. But if there's anything you see here, any gadgets or questions or food related questions, let me know. I'm happy to be of service, and I love reading. I'm a firm believer that knowledge is power, and so I want to make sure that we are all living large while we cook and eat small and finding flavor in everything that we do, okay? So let's go to our jalapeno cheese fritter bites. These are a labor of love for sure. This is the recipe, and you are actually going to receive the recipe today at 3 o'clock. And then you're gonna have a 4 o'clock recipe for my all-purpose dip that I serve my bites with. And then I'm actually going to show you today a side effect recipe. And I'll get it scheduled and I'll put it on either tonight as a bonus recipe or tomorrow, but you're going to love that too. So jalapeno fritter bites. Let me tell you a quick story. When the week before my weight loss surgery back in 2015, and I can't believe I'm admitting this, but it serves a purpose. Before I had to go on my liquid diet for my gastric bypass, you know, we all have our last supper and our last hoorah. Well, my last supper lasted about 4 or 5 days, and every time I came home from work, because I knew I was gearing up to have weight loss surgery, and because I was, had to go on the liquid diet, and I was breaking up with foods that I knew I would never have for a while, I went through the drive-through at Arby's every day for 4 or 5 days, and I ordered their jalapeno poppers. Those are my weakness. Not necessarily Arby's jalapeno poppers. Those were just easily accessible, and I never had to get out of the car, and probably a big reason why I was the way that I was. But I just love jalapeno poppers. Something about the cream cheese and the jalapeno peppers, and of course they're fried, so yay. But they're so good. And one of the things that I was thinking about as the years went on with my gastric bypass surgery is how I could recreate the jalapeno popper in a guilt-free, nourishing way. And I've come up with a few variations throughout the years, but this one is pretty cool. And the reason why I like this one is because, first of all, I'm making it in a mini muffin pan. There's 24 little mini muffins in there. This recipe makes 36, but they're small, they're portable, they're low in calorie, high in protein. They are fortified with protein powder, 2 kinds, and I'll go over the ingredients for you soon. But they're just, it's a no-brainer because they're easy to take. I like taking lunches to work I like taking little bits of everything, so I feel like I get a wide array of flavors to help keep me satisfied until the next meal. I try very, very hard not to snack. So this kind of fits the bill for a meal, or it can be a snack. You can have it in the car, you can have it at the dinner table, you can have it sitting on the couch. It fulfills a lot of different purposes, and that's one of the reasons why I like this variation best. So I'm gonna go through the ingredients with you. We're gonna whip it up, get it together, and then I actually have them already baking. And hopefully by the time we get done with this demonstration, I will be able to take those out of the oven and show you them. And I kind of think that we should do another field trip and have you come around, and I can show you everything that I'm doing as I do it. And I think that I will do that. So let me come get ya. Hopefully everyone's having a good Halloween. I know here in West Michigan it is supposed to rain, which I expected wholeheartedly because number one, it's West Michigan, and number two, it seems to always rain on Halloween. So why should this Halloween be different than any other Halloween? Yes, but hopefully you like my Halloween shirt. My daughter and I share it. She wore it the other day and I am wearing it now. So hold on. Let me get to where I need to be. Bear with me here for just a moment. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. All right, I'm coming in. I am going to position you perfectly so you can see. Hi, Margaret. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Liz. Melissa, are you there? I don't know that I saw you, so hopefully you're there too. Hello. All right, there's my bowl. So I'm gonna start off first with 4 ounces of light cream cheese. And you know what? Sometimes nothing takes the place of cream cheese, and this is one of those instances. But spread over 36 bites, you're not gonna feel the effects of the fat or the calories or whatnot. So 4 ounces of cream cheese, softened or at room temperature. I kind of zapped it in the microwave right before we came on. Yeah, oh yeah, Liz. Liz was the one who helped me as we were kind of teetering with She's like, you gotta have cream cheese. And she's right, you gotta have cream cheese. Sometimes There's no exceptions. So we are gonna start off with 2 cups of cauliflower rice. I've got that here for you. This is just the frozen kind. Really, it amounted to about half of a package. So there's our cauliflower rice. I already did the cream cheese. Then you want a cup of shredded pepper jack cheese, and I actually shredded this myself. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. I have a Cuisinart food processor that has a shredding tool on it. So literally, I had a whole block of cheese shredded within, like, seriously, 10 seconds. So that is the shredded cheese. Now, you are gonna also have a 1/4 cup of pepper jack cheese that you're gonna set off to the side just for the topping. And I have that left over right here. Oh, and here comes the dog because he heard the refrigerator open, I'll tell you. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of part skim ricotta cheese. Ricotta is so good. It's creamy, it helps things stick together, and I just happen to be very fond of it. All right, now we're gonna do a 1/4 cup of almond flour. This just adds a nice little flakiness to it, makes it feel a little bit more substantial. All right, I did the almond flour. Now we're gonna do the naked casein powder. This is protein powder, and I'm gonna actually use 4 scoops of it. And it does up the protein content very nicely. Casein protein powder, if you haven't heard me rant about it thus far, is very flour-like, and so I like to use it in a lot of baking. I'm making such a freaking mess. I like to use it in baking because it takes on that floury consistency, and you can, I'm almost done with it. I've got a spare, whoops, see, and I spilled even more. I don't know what my problem is today. Hold on, let's just do that. Okay, so you can see it is pretty floury. It actually feels a lot like cornstarch, but it'll fill that purpose too. And then I'm gonna add 2 scoops of Gene Pro. This is kind of like my no-brainer protein fortification process because it's low calorie, it's very easy to miss, especially because it's flavorless, or this particular brand is flavorless. And so I love using Gene Pro. Now we're gonna do 4 diced jalapenos. I did not seed these jalapenos. They are as is. You can, of course, cater these jalapeno fritters to your liking as far as heat, because I like them hot. Sorry, I just do. I do. And then we need 2 eggs, which I've got right here. There you go, little eggies. All right, and then we're gonna do our spices.
Not sure I understand.
Oh, Siri just totally went off on me here. Okay, we are going to do a teaspoon of salt, which I did not get from the cupboard, so bear with me here. Trying to use this box of salt, so I'm just gonna eyeball it, but there's our teaspoon of salt. And now we're gonna go to the ground black pepper. We are going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper. And you know, if you want to fool around with the increments, if you like pepper, if you don't like pepper, do what you want. This is your recipe. You can make it what you want to make it. We're gonna also do the same thing with garlic powder, about a 1/2 teaspoon. I like to do a heaping teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon, because I just love it. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, just to give it a little bit of rise. And that is our ingredients, which is fantastic. I'm running out of garlic or baking powder too. And now we're gonna mix this bad boy up. So let's do it. And you can see now I'm a lefty. You know what, I'm gonna come around to the other side, and I can still show you, but I can use my left hand. So you can see that everything is mixing together and you're getting that dough-like consistency that flour would have given, but the casein powder mixed with the almond flour is really fulfilling that purpose, and there's no, the carb content is gonna be way, way less based on that, okay? I should have used a whisk. But I've got the eggs mixing up. Everything's looking really, really good. And when these bake up, they're gonna be nice and creamy. And then we're gonna make them, we're gonna give them a little bit of curb appeal as well. So let's talk nutrition for these bad boys. If you're using a small scoop like what I have, and I'll show you that. I'm coming around. Again, you know, I'm a Pampered Chef addict. This Pampered Chef has 3 different scoops, a small, medium, large, and this is the small. So that's what I'll be using to scoop it today. This looks absolutely fantastic. All right. Actually, one would say delightful. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to combine the ingredients. Like we already combined the ingredients. We are going to use our scoop and we are going to spray a mini muffin pan, which I can't show you right now because it's in the oven. Hold on, here I come. Hello. All right. So anyways, we are going to make sure we're going to make 36 little fritter balls, and we are then going to use jalapeno slices, and we're going to place one on top of each little mini muffin just to give it a little curb appeal. When they come out of the oven, we're going to top them with the rest of our pepper jack cheese, and it'll melt right away and give it some nice curb appeal, because who doesn't love pretty food? All right, so we're going to do that. I still have, let me look in the oven. I was trying to time it perfectly, and looks like I might have overcooked or overfilled a couple of them. But that's okay because, ouch, things happen. And I just burnt myself too, so things happen more. I'm taking them out. Here it comes. Oh, all right. All right, I got them. I am going to bring this on camera real quick. Hold on here. Let me get stuff ready. And let me bring you back. Remember, I'm being my own cameraman. It's probably not a good thing, but all right, there we go. So here's our mini bites. And then I just want to take a little bit of jalapeno or a little bit of pepper jack and place on each one. Yesterday, I did not overfill each muffin tin. And they turned out perfectly. These, you can see, there are a few of them that are slightly overfilled, but my stomach doesn't discriminate, so I'm hoping that yours won't either. And I just want to top each one appropriately. So you've got a lot of different cheeses going on here. You've got the pepper jack, you've got the ricotta, and you've got the cream cheese. So you've got a nice little blend of flavors here that will help take you far from any feelings of deprivation. And that is really what we're trying to achieve. So let me serve one of these puppies up and show you what they look like. I've got a plate. And I'm just gonna spoon them out. Oh my gosh, they look so good. You could probably reheat these in the air fryer and they would be delightful as well. All right, that looks beautiful. Take a look. All right, so hold on, bringing you back to me here. If you have any questions, certainly let me know. But whoops, tell ya, I'm not a camera person. All right, so let's eat. I'm gonna get a fork. These jalapeno fritter bites, perfectly handheld, beautiful, nice and melty, and I love, oh, and here comes the dog. If I give this dog a jalapeno, it ain't gonna be pretty. You guys, jalapeno fritters on a very, very cool October 31st. Usually we do some sort of crock pot thing for Halloween. I don't know what we're gonna do, but the jalapeno fritters are definitely part of it. The other thing that you can do is you can serve them with a dip. And I made my Fiesta dip. My Fiesta dip, let me first add some to the concoction and show and tell. You can use whatever dip you want. The Fiesta dip, well, I have a dip recipe. Oh, Margaret, if you make it though, you have to promise that you're gonna show pictures and tell. My go-to dip recipe whenever I want something decadent, remember we gotta blend a lot of flavors, is I take 1 tablespoon of olive oil mayonnaise, and then I combine it with a 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt. Those are the only 2 ingredients I use. Then I add the secret ingredient, and that is a tablespoon of any favorite spice that you have. I'm a huge Pampered Chef fan. I'm a huge Tastily Simple fan, and I have so many spices in my spice cabinet, but this Fiesta Party Dip mix is one of my all-time favorites, and I often use it when I'm doing like tacos or anything spicy or Mexican-y stuff. It's so delicious, but I've used it, that basic dip recipe, I've used garlic, I've used like a cilantro lime. You could even use everything bagel seasoning and make your own little schmear dip too, which is amazing. So I use the Fiesta for this. It's wonderful. The other thing that I wanted to tell you is that my recipes in general, if you haven't sensed the trend already, involve a lot of different ingredients. For instance, sometimes I'll use different kinds of flour, like almond flour, hazelnut flour, coconut flour. I have a really good arsenal built up, but in the process of trying to deal with this recipe, with the fact that I only was using a 1/4 cup of ricotta cheese, helped, it kind of frustrated me because I would put the rest of the ricotta cheese back into the refrigerator, and most likely it would get put to the back, and then I would forget about it, and then I would open it one day and it would have green stuff on it. And so I hate to waste. So one of the things that I like to do is make multiple recipes, and here's where your bonus recipe is coming into play. I made a ricotta dessert dip. And let me see if I'm gonna bend this so I don't have to spill it out. Okay, so can you see it now? So this was just the rest of the ricotta cheese. I added a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, which is this. Hopefully you see it. I take stock on this. I got this at Sam's Club, so have at it, very inexpensive. And then I added a tablespoon and a half, I think, of Splenda sugar blend. And now I've got this delicious dip that I'm gonna use with apple slices. Let me tell you, what a great recipe byproduct. So really, you're basically eating protein. It's delicious. It's a nice proteiny, quick light snack. And yes, I'm double dipping because I'm the only one in this house that's going to eat more of it, which is another good side effect. So there you go. You can reuse the ricotta that is left behind. You've got your jalapeno fritters that have 3 different kinds of cheese. You've got your Fiesta dip and an all-purpose dip mix recipe that you can use for Thanksgiving, Christmas, even tonight for Halloween as you're handing out candy. So hopefully you enjoyed these recipes. It's so much fun bringing them to you. I love creating new things. If you, oh God, the dog just scared the crap out of me. And you got to watch me jump on TV. So I guess that's really good considering it's Halloween. So anyways, Bariatrics and Tips is on all social media. So Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and did I say YouTube already? Thank you so much for joining me today. I really enjoyed myself. I hope you have a very safe and fantastic and delicious and low fat and low cal and low carb Halloween. And if you need anything, please feel free to find me on Bariatrics and Tips, okay? Thanks so much for joining in. You guys have a great day. Happy Halloween. Bye.